everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm currently in Moolabimba, or so-called Newcastle. It's unceded Awabakal and Worimi country, and I am hanging from this bipod. Well, I'm not hanging yet. I'm still on the road, but bipod is these two poles, and how do I turn this around? It's tied off across the other side of the rail bridge here. It's blocking all coal trains from entering and exiting the world's largest coal port. Coal port is kind of side. Exports over 160 million tons of coal every year. And then there's a huge area of wetlands. There's a lot of different species, many endangered, that get to live in the coal polluted water there. There's some beacons. Sunrise. Yeah, it's a pretty symbolic and very functional target to be disrupting. I mean, coal is such a good representation of Australia's extractivist drive. It shows the way that, Australia digs up this land, destroys it, exploits it and its peoples, and its animals and its plant life, and then exports that through its global supply chains to make huge profits, which, are hoarded disproportionately by a few wealthy individuals and corporate conglomerations that only want to protect that wealth and power. And it's having catastrophic effects for the entire planet. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that today. Probably been together for a while. Talk about what brought me here and why I'm taking action, and how you can get involved, and some other fun things, and can answer some questions and stuff. First, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land. This land, it holds all of us, gives all of us life, and it was beautiful sunrise country. It was cared for and lived in harmony with for tens of thousands of years that we know of, probably more, before it was brutally stolen by the British Empire and decimated in a fraction of that time. And brutally stolen doesn't even begin to cover it. It's a brutal genocide with rape and torture and slavery and so much death and suffering and loss. It still continues today. It's carried out systematically by Australia's institutions, medical, prison, police systems, legal systems. The fight against injustice on this continent and against climate injustice has been led by First Nations peoples ever since Australia began. I'd like to acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded, and pay my respects to elders past and present. I really want to show you guys the sunset too. You can watch the sunset and just like kind of have a bit of a moment of silence or something to, I don't know, actually contemplate, you know, the history of this continent. Yeah, it's another thing, sort of like climate change, that we love not to think about, which, I mean, fair enough, it's fucked, but it's important to acknowledge it and acknowledge that it happened, so that we can make things better. Cool. I'll give you more of a view a little bit. It's pretty beautiful. I feel weirdly calm. I've been freaking out, for like, freaking out a lot about this, obviously. It's gnarly. But I feel weirdly calm now, which is good. I'm just looking around a lot because I'm just waiting for somebody to come, so that I can swing out. Yeah, I think the history of this continent, the genocide of First Nations people and resistance of First Nations peoples here and all across the globe, it's impossible not to talk about it when you're talking about the climate crisis and climate justice, because they're inextricably linked. I think, ooh, low battery. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna put you down for a sec so that I can get a battery back out and I don't lose you. Oop. Okay, you're just gonna see the saying rotate my phone, but I think it's fine. I'm just gonna put you in a little sleep. Okay. Sorry, I'm sniffling because it's cold. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be a bit annoying to get this out. I might climb down a little bit. Okay. I guess I'll just keep looking at them. Just come back to political and economic system only existed for like 250 years. Since it's not a permanent fixture, it never has been and never will be. It started with colonization of this land. I think colonialism purpose of extracting as much private wealth and power from the land through domination and destruction. And I think it does give us just enough promise of change to keep us placated, to stop us from blaming ourselves. It tells us to buy less plastic, never sustainable, and it was never just. And I think that the ecological crisis that we're facing is just like a combination of that. It's just making it harder to ignore. I guess I also want to talk a little bit about like the reality of the climate crisis. I think maybe it's really confronting to think about, and so we often don't. I think that like I think about the climate crisis quite a bit, but still I know often that I'm blocking it out of my mind, because it's distressing. Even without, you know, the onslaught of feelings of complicity or existential despair that can come along with it. But I think like it's so important. It's so important to really sit with the facts, sit with the reality that we're facing, because otherwise we're just locking all of that fear and grief inside of us, and that prevents us from taking meaningful action. I don't think it's good for us either. I think we're super disconnected. And I think it's strategic that it's easier for us to detach ourselves from it in a lot of ways. I think, you know, we're human beings with so much capacity for empathy and for emotion and change, and I think we're kind of robbed of that a bit. And you know, we're fed from the moment we're born like a culture of individualism and consumption, and yeah, I think there's certainly, it's not the case for everyone, there's certainly people that resist for their whole lives, that are forced to resist for their whole lives, that are forced not to resist for their whole lives, but many of us are privileged enough for that not to be the case. I think I'll just talk a little bit about the facts about the climate crisis that scare me, and you can I don't know if you want to think about that too, or like post any in the comments. That would be nice. I'm scared of ocean acidification and loss of biodiversity. I'm gonna just sit down. I can do that. Yeah, loosen my prosthetics. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. It's ironic, but valid. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that I hold very dear that are really passionate about the ocean and scared about the climate crisis, and studied and work in marine science, and they're all super disillusioned with the paths offered to them by the system and institutions that they're studying and working in terms of making steps towards any meaningful change to prevent climate collapse. Sorry, it's not there. My friend, no, I shouldn't say that. Yeah. The Barrier Reef, the Great Barrier Reef, has lost 50% of its coal since the 1990s, or since 1990. Which is fucked. Coral reefs, they take up about 0.1% of the ocean floor. They're pretty rare precious gems, and they hold, I think it's more than 50% of all marine fish species. And you know, the ocean is not only a massive carbon sink. Okay. Sorry, I just got a notification, and I'm wondering if a person needs the thing, then they can message me somehow. I don't know how. Or comment. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, many interruptions. Yeah, what was I saying? Okay, if you're watching this and you need a thing and you just gave me a notification, let me know. I'm getting it again. I can say a number. I don't know. Oh, it's a bit of chaos. Okay, well, Jesse, if you need the thing, let me know. If you don't say anything, I'm not gonna give it to you. Okay, so, sorry. I'm just gonna look at... Okay, I think it's fine. Maybe I'll message. I don't know if I can message while I'm on a live stream, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Maybe I should get more stuff out of my bag while I'm hanging here. I have a lot of cool stuff in my bag, and I kind of want to do like a bag reveal if I run out of things to say. And I have a hanky in there, which maybe would be good because I'm just sniffing a lot, and that's probably not very pleasant for you guys. Okay, so I was talking about the ocean. It's a huge carbon sink. Obviously, it's a home to a lot of incredible species. It's also, it's a life support system for everything. It's pretty important. So that's pretty scary. I don't want to be distracted while I'm talking about such heavy stuff, but I do have to keep looking around just in case somebody comes. I'm getting a lot of notifications from somebody, and I'm not sure who it is, and I'm not sure what to do about it. So if anybody knows, please let me know. Oh, there's some more birds. I'll show you. Beautiful. Got to watch the sunrise this morning. Gonna get on with it. Okay. Reality of the climate crisis. Okay, yeah, the things that I don't like to think about because they're really scary, but I think are important to think about because they're true. Interruptions to our water cycles. It causes, like droughts and floods like we've seen so much of on this continent already. Bushfires too. All those extreme weather events and unnatural disasters. Ice caps melting, reaching irreversible tipping points. That's a scary one. That means once it reaches a certain point, we can't turn it around, and it will just keep melting and melting till it's gone, and yeah, will have catastrophic effects. Desertification of soil. And then heat. Reaching critical temperatures for health and for agriculture, and soil erosion and sea levels rising, and all of these things we know disproportionately affect poor and vulnerable people. Food and water scarcity will increase, conflict will increase, spread of infectious diseases, the displacement of people, and Australia is not very kind to refugees, as we know. And all of this stuff is already happening, but it's only going to get worse. And many of us are privileged enough not to be directly affected by it just yet, but still there is so much unnecessary death and suffering being caused by the ruthless extraction of Australia and other global powers. And that should be enough. And if it's not, well, eventually it's gonna get us all. The current norm in global climate policy since the 2015 Paris Agreement is like an aim to try and reduce carbon emissions and keep the global temperature rise as close to 1.5 degrees Celsius since pre-industrial levels. Keep as close to 1.5 degrees Celsius since pre-industrial levels as possible. That kind of is too many words to make sense in my brain, but I think that was right. The aim is to keep it as close to 1.5 degrees Celsius since pre-industrial levels. Anyway. Yeah, because the IPCC report, which is, the most the best, most accurate and shared and peer-reviewed. Maybe that's not even. Yeah, most highly regarded, certainly, science on climate change that we have. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change through the UN. They've said that even the difference between an increase in 1.5 degrees Celsius and 2 degrees Celsius would be catastrophic. 2 degrees Celsius would cause significantly more death and suffering and destruction, and be harder, more costly to come back from. And even, my hands are so cold, even if we did reduce our emissions, it would still take 20 to 30 years for global temperatures to stabilize. Sorry, my attention is a bit all over the place. Oh yeah, and here's the kicker. It's not funny. The latest IPCC report. Oh, thank you for the nice comments. I appreciate that. Hey Maggie. Love you. Resistance is joyful. Yeah. It's scary and fucked, and the reasons we're here are horrible, but it's also can be joyful. But you know what's not joy inspiring? That the latest IPCC report said that unless we take immediate, rapid, and large-scale action towards reducing emissions, maintaining that limit of 1.5 degrees or even 2 degrees Celsius increase in temperature is impossible. So we don't have time, we don't have the luxury to just hang around and wait for, you know, these big empty promises to be fulfilled by people who are saying that they've got it under control and that they're gonna make special cars and cheese out of fungi. We need rapid, large-scale, immediate changes. We need to put everything that we have into this right now. It is a global crisis. We've you know, we can do shit like that for wars, but when it's ecological collapse, we're just sitting around. We have the science, we have the technology, we have enough to meet everyone's basic needs, we have the humanity and the compassion. And it's not Australia that has all that, it's the people. So even though it's terrific and it's confronting and scary, there is also hope if we sit with the scariness, acknowledge it, and take action. Oh, I can't believe nobody's here. Cold hands. I want to show you what's in my backpack, but I'm worried that I'll start doing it and then somebody will come and then I'll be frazzled. I am connected to the railing with a rope still, so I could swing it out, but be hanging there for a long time, so I might as well be on solid ground while I still can. For those of you that have just joined, I'm currently in Moolabimba, which is so-called Newcastle. It's unceded Awabakal and Worimi country. I'm on a rail bridge that carries coal trains to and from the world's biggest coal port. Carries all the coal trains to and from. It's the only entrance and exit, which is crazy. That's crazy. Australia is silly for leaving such a vulnerable bottleneck like that. Don't get any ideas. Oh, there's a car. There's a car there. Cool. Oh, I waved to them, but they might be angry at me. Anyway, it's fine. Sorry, what was I saying? I don't remember. I have no idea what I was saying. I'm just gonna not talk about it. I'm just gonna change directions. Don't you hate that? Oh, I was saying... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was telling the people who just joined what I'm doing. Yes. Cool. So I am... Should keep an eye out. I am attached to a bipod, which is 2 poles. Got my climb line I'm attached to with some Prosecks so that I can climb up, and the poles are tied off. I'll just turn my camera around. It would be funny if I fell. It's tied off, so the poles are being held up by this rope tied off across the bridge, and that's how it's being blocked. I'm just waiting for someone to come before I swing out, just because that feels safer, even though I do have a rope attached to the railing. Somebody with a camera. Maybe I should wave at them. They are friendly. Maybe. I hope so. Should I don't want to be like posy, but should I do a pose? Should I stand on the railing? I should. Extinction Rebellion, ACT is watching. That's so lovely. I'm gonna stand up. Okay. How should I do this? They'll get to watch me swing out. You guys will get to watch me swing out. That's what I'm gonna do in a bit. I'm gonna move my Prosecks up and then just swing out and hang out above the water. I also have some things you may have noticed to make it harder for people to remove me, from the cops to remove me. I do have a chain with a lock on it, and I also have, let me move my camera a bit. I'm so scared of dropping this phone and my hands are numb. I have hand warmers, but like I said, I don't want to dip into the bag because I'm just so scared that I'm going to drop stuff. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah. I've got a local device strapped to my back. So, yeah, those are two things that I can use. There's it's like a Seki card there. Maybe I'll just wait until they're... Oh, I think that's a rail worker. That's good. So when they get up here, I'm just gonna swing out. I mean, it's probably fine to swing out. I don't know if I should swing out now. But yeah, I guess I'll just wait until people are like messing with the structure, and then lock on. We'll see what happens. I'll keep live streaming from my little lanyard, so you guys probably won't be able to see very well, but you'll be able to hear me and make sure that I'm safe and bring me comfort. I also have some other things. We'll see what happens. Ooh, very cold hands. I wonder if I should put maybe when I'm hanging, I'm gonna turn my backpack and put it on my like front. I don't know. Nah, I won't be able to do that because I'll be hanging from my harness. Just be really careful not to drop my stuff. Oh, I'm laughing because my attention is really bad, but when I'm hanging, maybe it'll be better. I feel weirdly fine. I think because there has been a lot of like lead up into this, and I have been really distressed about it. It's not something that you want to do, obviously. It's pretty uncomfortable and big. But now that I'm here, maybe it's the adrenaline. I'm just... yeah, I feel fine. I feel calm. Maybe a little bit detached. It's serving me well right now. What's the time? 7:41. Well, there is a rail worker here, so I think I'll just swing out on the bridge. I'll show you. I should show you. My hands are so cold. Oh, that's not good. Ooh. Okay, so you can see. Can't really see very well, but there's a person in high vis. That's how I know that they are a rail worker. I might give them a wave to show them that I'm friendly and I'm not trying to fuck with them. This is for the benefit of all sentient beings, for everything, for life, and for keeping the spirit of resistance against injustice and oppression alive. This is a view. The world's biggest coal port. That's where this bridge leads. It carries all the coal trains in and out. That coal port is just over here. It exports over 160 million tons of coal every year. Sending destruction into the land it destroys. the air it pollutes, and sending profits to a small group of individuals and corporate conglomerations who hold a lot of private wealth and power and will do anything that they can to protect it. And yeah, and that's what makes up Australia when I talk about Australia and its systems and institutions. I think the systems and institutions of Australia are all ones of domination and ones that serve to protect private wealth and power. Okay, I'm gonna swing out. I'm just gonna put you in my lanyard, and then I guess I'll just tell you what I'm doing, and then see ya in a bit. Oh. Hands are very cold. I really apologize for the sniffling. I really need to do something about that. I do it when I'm okay. I wonder if I can hold my phone while I do this. Oh, I nearly forgot my leg prosec. Okay. Cold hands. Whoopsies. Guest requests. Whoa, no way, Jose. Yeah, I don't want anybody to be mean to me. Okay. Maybe I just hold this. Oh, should we come more in the middle? So that I'm not swinging. Okay, this is gonna be a sick part. Camera guy, maybe. I was a bit scared doing that. Okay, and I'm gonna let go of no, I'm gonna keep this rope on my arm. I'm gonna put you down and put my chair under my bum. Okay, the cops are here. Oh. Well, the cops are here. I'll probably climb up to the top of this thing and then talk some more. Cool. Just leave that hanging. I'm just pulling on my rope a bit. It's attached to me. I don't want it to be something to grab. I'll just let it hang for now. Not worry about it too much. While I climb. I thought I'd have so much time to say lots of things, but maybe I don't. Oh no. My lanyard and stuff is going through the prosec, so I have to take it off. chair. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna start climbing. Just a big tangle. It's not a very good bundle, which is not ideal. I'm just gonna put it on my arm. And climb all the way to the top. Sooner than I wanted. Whew. I'm not very comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like the way I have to balance on the chair is a bit weird. But it is an excellent chair. It's made of a recycled skateboard and some other recycled materials. And cushion is like little layers of undercarpet, I think. Okay. Yeah, I guess I want to talk about the culture of individualism and such that Australia perpetuates, and how it intentionally blocks meaningful change from happening, and how we can cultivate an effective culture of resistance. Yeah, I mean, the science on climate change is very clear. It's very available. And yet, we have this, it's like a collective cognitive dissonance. This huge contradiction between the reality of the crisis and the way that we are responding. Which I think is not the fault of the people. I think it's intentionally designed this way. Maybe he's trying to flip my carabiner around. No, it's fine. Okay. How can I be more comfortable? Okay. Yeah. I think, I don't know, I have a couple of sort of analogies to describe what's going on. This one that I have heard about, a fire alarm going off in a building, and those with authority not responding or reacting, and so nobody else does, even if there's smoke filling the room. And I think we've got a pretty big alarm sounding, but it seems to be a similar situation happening with us. And somebody pointed out to me recently that we have to be the alarm, and the alarm has to be disruptive enough that people can't just sit there and continue to do nothing. I'll show you what's happening. There's some cops and rail workers, and there's some more on that side, and I'm hanging above the water here. Just out from the rail bridge. My bipod, these two poles, is tied off across the bridge, blocking all coal trains from entering and exiting the world's largest coal port. We're told by Australia and the institutions that uphold it that if we are good enough and work hard enough, we can do and have anything. Which is a lie. And we're told that if we, maybe vote for A or B, sign a petition. You can hold a placard, but only on the footpath. And don't worry, be good. Things will change. Things will be okay. It's just obviously not the case. I think that they're protecting and hiding the real way that they access power, which is through extractivism, which is through infrastructure like this coal port. That's how they access its power, that's how they're able to protect their power. But we can also access that power and leverage it against them. Not through ballot boxes or petitions or consumer purchases, but through sustained periods of action on these concentrated areas of power, these pinch points, economic bottlenecks, by materially disrupting them. And forcing a change. Meaning I have another story that a friend told me, which I think is fun. This carabiner is really annoying me. I'm gonna try and fix it. One second. Oh, I can let you hang on. No. I'll just let you hang from my hand. Okay, that's much better actually. thank you for the kind words and support. It definitely makes this feel a lot better, because I mean it's going against everything that we're taught and shown ever since we're born on this continent. It's really uncomfortable, it's scary, but it also brings hope, and seeing other people who are on the same page and supportive is really inspiring as well. Anyway, the story that my friend told me was about a pigeon in a cage, and my rope's hanging. I don't want them to get that. I'll just hang out for a second. So there's a pigeon in a cage. I don't know if you can hear me very well. Maybe I can do a little. Yes. Pigeon in a cage, and the pigeon has a button, and it. Oh, where did those workers go? Anyway, pigeon in a cage, and it has a button, and it pecks at the button, and every so often it gets a little seed. It's tied it over, placate it, and so it just keeps pecking. I guess it thinks that if it's not trying hard enough, it has to keep going harder and faster to get those seeds, and so it doesn't realize that until the seeds run out, that it could just break open the cage and fly away. And I think that kind of demonstrates this dynamic and culture that I'm talking about, particularly with more privileged people on this continent, who are given little crumbs of promised change to placate us, while marginalized people are systematically burdened or destroyed or killed. I do think that for most of us, we're probably gonna run out with the climate crisis, but I also worry that it will be too late to create that immediate, large-scale and rapid change that, the IPCC report says that we need if we have any chance of saving ourselves from collapse. For those of you who have just joined, I am in so-called Newcastle or Moolabimba. It's stolen a Wabakal and Warramai country. I'm hanging from a bipod, which is two poles tied up with a rope across this rail bridge, which is the one entrance and exit for all coal trains to the world's largest coal port. And I'm here because we are in a global climate crisis, which not only is being fueled by the extraction of fossil fuels, but by extractionism and expansionism itself. And all of these things are acted out and protected by huge colonial projects such as Australia, an economic system on this continent that was founded with the sole purpose of taking as much wealth, as much resources, labour you could get from this land and exporting them for private gain. And it's always protected that right to extractivism and private wealth above anything else, above literally everything else. Australia tells us we can have a chance at making change if we do what they say. Passive and for A or B and sign this and that and pray for them to solve it all, which they're clearly not doing. When they tell us to do that and to buy less, to buy more sustainable things and then go ahead and continue the destruction of this continent. We're told that good power exists only in these special places between authorized people and that we can't access it. It's so protected, so intentionally behind all of this bureaucracy. It's designed so that effective change that challenges the private right to exploit cannot be made. And we're not going to be able to access power and change through those means that they've designed to exactly the opposite of doing that, for manipulating us. But their extractivism and their infrastructure and their exports and supply chains and corporate conglomerations and their manufacturers. These are the ways that they extract, create wealth through exploitation of land and people. And we can literally physically stop them in their tracks, meet them on their level and block that supply chain and that access and disrupt the flow of goods and labour and force change to happen through leveraging the political power where it's made and where it's vulnerable. I guess I want to talk a little bit about what brought me here to taking this action. I mean more than what I've already said, but yeah, I guess make it a bit more personal. Thanks for the kind words, guys. have had the privilege of not being faced with these hard truths from a super young age, as some are. My political education within institutions on this continent is incredibly sparse and fragmented and whitewashed. Not only in the telling of the history of this continent and the foundation of Australia, but also about, all other kinds of domination that plague our society. You kind of knew that there was inequality in race and class and gender and sexuality, and I knew that you're supposed to turn off your lights when you leave a room and pick up litter, and they all just seemed like objective truths of the universe with no cause or end and no connection to each other. But I think my growing up was sort of just marked by the joining together of dots, realizing how crazy it is to live in the time that we live in, and how corrupt, corrupt the system is. Not corrupt as in corrupted from its original purpose. And that, all of these types of inequality and injustice and domination, systems of domination, they're all super connected, because they're all ways that a small group of people protect their power. And realizing that is paralyzing, because it feels so much grief and despair, and I feel this way. I see it in my friends. I know that we're deeply emotional and empathetic beings. To feel powerless against all of that. Makes it hard to even, how do you even live with that? But, we're not powerless. There's no change is possible. And, there's more of us than them. Part of it is us, somebody said to me the other day, what did they say? It was people only have as much power as you allow. And I don't think we're consciously always allowed to have a lot of power, because we don't realize that we have any other choice. The choices that we're given, the options that we're given, make us think that if we just did it more, maybe it would work out, but really they don't do anything, and we just get stuck in this cycle of despair. So much. what Blockade Australia was doing, and people acting under the banner of Blockade Australia. Whoa, like, finally people are doing something that doesn't just address like a part or a symptom of this problem, but like they're actually just going for it right where it all starts. They're actually doing it, and holy shit, and I want to do that. And that gave me hope. And let me hear. I guess like, okay, I think they're coming. I don't know, actually. Maybe go up and look on. And maybe I'll just, oh, sorry guys. I think I was, yeah, thanks DJ. I think that they are coming up towards me. So I'm gonna climb up a bit more. And I'm gonna lock on. And thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Hope you're all okay. Let's do this. I'm just gonna shout, I guess. They come like every 10 minutes, so doing good work for you guys. I'm pretty up the top. I'm gonna undo this stopper knot that's here, so I don't need it. I'm gonna, so that I can get up as high as possible. Okay. Sliding crossings up. Ooh, sitting back down. Okay. I'll show you where I am. At the top here. Oh, I'll show you around a little bit more. How are we going with charge? It's fine. Oh, there's a boat. There's a boat there. Got workers and cops and some media over there. Nobody over here. Okay. The boat is coming. How are they gonna get me? Okay, whew, okay, ooh, yeah, so, I don't know, pretty gnarly, pretty scary, probably will be for a long time after this, especially when the adrenaline drops, but it's also hopeful and empowering, and I don't know, I guess, like, my process for, like, deciding to do this is, like, thinking about, like, what is my conditioning and my fear, and what is my values, what are my values, and what is my compassion and my love. And I had to choose my compassion and my values, because otherwise I'll be always hiding a little piece of myself in the back of my mind, feeling that everything is wrong and I'm not doing everything I can to change it. But it was hard. It was so hard to make that decision. So hard. And I would never judge anybody for not making that decision. But I would absolutely implore people to do that deep digging, to listen to that science and sit with those feelings and think about your own values and compassion and capacity. That's a big part of it. And ask yourself whether you can do something like this, or whether you can support people doing stuff like this. I guess I can actually talk. I don't know if you can hear me very well right now. Facing the wrong way. Yeah, whether you can support people doing something like this, or whether you can engage in other projects that are resisting and fighting for change, or just like knowing that you don't have the capacity to do those things. Just exploring that, and whatever the answer is, I think that's okay. And I sincerely thank you for doing the work to finding the answer is freeing. I do have something that I want to read out before I have to log on. I haven't had any of my snacks. Okay, that's the wrong pocket. I do have a little bit of stuff still left to do. It's just slipped off the chair. Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna let you hang. Oh my god, don't fly away. Okay. I'm gonna read to you guys this piece of text. I think it's 8th century Tibet. Oh my gosh, don't drop it. That would be so sad. It's so beautiful, so profound. And I think that, oh my god, sorry. I think that it's really relevant to that digging deep and taking action. And yeah, cool. It's called the Shambhala Warrior Mind Training. Firmly establish your intention to live your life for the healing of the world. Be conscious of it, honor it, nurture it every day. Be fully present in our time. Find the courage to breathe in the suffering of the world. Allow peace and healing to breathe out through you in return. Do not meet power on its own terms. See through it to its real nature, mind and heart made. Lead your response from that level. Simplify. Clear away the dead wood in your life. Look for the heartwood and give it the first call on your time. The best of your energy. Put down the leaden burden. Is it leaden? Maybe it's leaden. The leaden? Whatever. Put down the burden of saving the world alone. Join with others of like mind. Align yourself with the forces of resolution. Hold in a single vision, in the same thought, the transformation of yourself and the transformation of the world. Live your life around that edge, always keeping it in sight. As a bird flies on two wings, balance outer activity with inner sustenance. Following your heart, realize your gifts. Cultivate them with diligence to offer knowledge and still to the world. Train in non-violence of body, speech, and mind. With great patience with yourself, learn to make beautiful each action, word, and thought. In the crucible of meditation, bring forth day by day into your own heart the treasury of compassion, wisdom, and courage for which the world longs. I'll hold my camera more still. Sit with hatred until you feel the fear beneath it. Sit with fear until you feel the compassion beneath that. Do not set your heart on particular results. Enjoy positive action for its own sake and rest confident that it will bear fruit. When you see violence, greed, and narrow-mindedness in the fullness of its power, walk straight into the heart of it, remaining open to the sky and in touch with the earth. Staying open, staying grounded, remember that you are the inheritor of the strengths of thousands of generations of life. Staying open, staying grounded, recall the thankful prayers of future generations silently with you. Staying open, staying grounded, be confident in the magic and power that arise when people come together in a great cause. Staying open, staying grounded, know that the deep forces of nature will emerge to the aid of those who defend the earth. Staying open, staying grounded, have faith that the higher forces of wisdom and compassion will manifest through our actions for the healing of the world. When you see weapons of hate, disarm them with love. When you see armies of greed, meet them in the spirit of sharing. When you see fortresses of narrow-mindedness, breach them with truth. When you find yourself enshrouded in dark clouds of dread, dispel them with fearlessness. When forces of power seek to isolate us, reach out with joy. In it all and through it all, holding to your intention, let go into the music of life. Dance. Okay, they're coming. I'm just gonna tuck this into my pants. I'm gonna tuck you away.
understand that? Can you just look at me for a sec? Can you hear us? No. As I said, my name is Inspector Mark Law from Newcastle Police District. You've just been spoken to by Paul Flanagan from ARCC. You have been informed not to enter this location and have been requested to leave. I'm now directing you to leave this location. I warn you that failing to adhere to this direction may constitute an offence. If you do not comply with my direction, you may be committing an offence and could make a action against you. Do you understand that? Can you hear me all right? Okay.
Alright. Oh, I'll tell you later. Nice to meet you. I'll tell you later. Got a good big jacket on. My hands are a bit cold. Yeah, I'm gonna be hooked up a bit more. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. I might tell you later. I'm not gonna be sitting down. I'm here. I'm doing non-violent direct action and sustained period of disruption against this disruption, protest Australia's into action to prevent climate change. And but that's what I'm doing. So I'm not going to make it easy for you guys to get me down. had some glue in my mouth. Hang on a second. Okay. Solution. Nah, that's not a very good solution. I don't want to drop it. Oh man, I'm just gonna glue everywhere. Glue, glue, glue. Really good. Really good. Okay, I'm left on, glued on. Touch hair a bit. My chair's covered one way right there. Okay, I'm comfy. Momentary discomfort is nothing in comparison with the exploitation of Australia and with climate growth. I guess I'll just keep hanging here. I don't know if I'm going to talk much. I'm still feeling pretty scared now. I might just That's okay. That's okay. It is what it is. I was juggling a lot of things. Oh my gosh, guys, I didn't even eat any of my snacks. I was so excited for the snacks. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Maybe I should have put headphones in, but feeling pretty scared and a bit awkward. But it's not too bad, it's not unbearable. Just gonna keep remembering the words of that Tibetan text and be brave and yeah. If there's anyone joining and you can hear me, I am hanging from a bipod. Locked on with a chain, an elbow, arm lock, glue on my hands, connecting them together into a lock-on, which are both strapped around the poles of the bipod, 2 poles tied off with a rope across the bridge, blocking all coal trains from entering and exiting the world's largest coal port. Coal port exports over 160 million tons of coal every year, and the coal trains come like every 10 minutes or so. I don't know how long I've been here for, but you can probably see it on the live stream, which I started probably a few minutes after I got here. You know, maybe this is just one action and one day, but I'm only one person doing this, and maybe just imagine what we could do with more people. Imagine what we could do with all the people who care about the climate and each other and the future of this planet. We have power, we have access to power, we have so much capacity for compassion and for change if we band together and we try, and it has to happen now. So I urge you to... Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 I can't. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, thanks. Good job with the climb line. Good job getting the climb line. I missed it. You win this round. Yeah. Cool. See you soon. Ugh. I keep falling on an angle on my chair, which is uncomfortable, but alas, I don't know how to change this. Yeah, that's better. Oh yeah. If you guys can hear me on the live stream, and you want to get involved, there'll be some info talks online and in person in the coming days. So that should be posted on this Facebook, and if you would like more information, and yeah, please come along. That would be great. I don't know. Yeah, keep your eyes on the Facebook page, and the details should come out for that. Thank you guys for all your support and for watching. I don't know if you heard what the police rescue said. My climb line was dangling down, so they pitched it to the rail. They're going to come up, attach me to them, and then bring me down. I can't come down. Yeah.
Trespassing?
Yeah.
So you're under arrest at this moment?
Yeah.
So if you're not going to come down your own free will, we will have to force you to remove you from the structure, okay?
Roger that. Yeah.
And also, you do not have to say or do anything if you want to. Do you understand that? Anything you say or do will be reported on my body on device and maybe you understand that?
Roger that. Yeah. Maybe I should sing a song. I don't know what song I should sing. Sing a hymn. Are you Christian? No. Did you know that in the Bible, Jesus said that it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven? Jesus himself. I think there's a lot of rich people that call themselves Christians, but I mean, even since then, wealth has always been based on inequality and exploitation. It always has. That's the flip side of wealth. Hoarded wealth, of riches. And Australia is hoarding and protecting the riches of very few powerful people and corporate conglomerates and such. I think Jesus would be on my side. Well, he's on everyone's side, let's be honest. But the rich people will not be going to heaven. Although I am a bit cold. Okay. Okay, there is a hymn that kind of I think relates to this, so I'm dedicated to my friend Margie, who I think is watching. That's all I know of the song though. I can't really think of any other songs to sing that feel relevant. But singing is quite calming, I think. And yeah, I'm just hanging here, so I guess I can tell you guys what's happening. It's just some pockets hanging out here. Some people with my beers. My nose is itchy. I'm gonna wipe it on the boat. There's a boat in the water. And I'm locked down to the Bipod, still blocking all ports from entering and exiting the world's largest coal port, disrupting the flow of goods and labour, which fuel Australia's power and its ability to protect that power through its systems and institutions of domination. I'm here because Australia is blocking any meaningful action to stop climate change, and I think that it's strategic and it's in line with its purpose as a colonial project of the British Empire. And I don't want to just sit idly by and do what it tells me, what Australia tells me to do, because I don't agree with it. I care deeply about this planet and its people. So I'm taking this action even though it's really scary and I don't want to be here and I wish that I didn't have to be. But I'm also choosing. I'm choosing to choose courage and compassion over fear and detachment. And all the homies listening, I really ask that you take the time to really reflect on the state of the planet and climate and Australia's part in it, and your capacity to create real change. That's all that I ask. And then we have some info talks online and in person coming up in the next days. If you want to get involved, it's just ordinary people who have done that deep digging into themselves. Just a bunch of ordinary people who are using their collective power to make change, and you don't have to do anything gnarly. You can support in any way that you feel that you can. What can I say? But not unbearable. Oh, the stuff that I packed in my bag is so cool and handy, and I didn't even use any of it because I had a lot of things. I was juggling a lot of things, but maybe I'll just tell you what was in there because it's kind of fun. Things that I was excited about. I had some good snacks in there. Clip bar, some like smush balls. I had heat warmer, hand warmers, all those things. A hanky. You can see that all of this stuff I was like saying, oh, my hands are cold and I'm really sniffly, but I was just really scared I was gonna like drop my stuff. Anyway, hydrolyte, big bottle of electrolytes. Yeah. Got some Panadol and Gastro Stop in there, and what else? What else is in there? I've got a space blanket, and I've got phone things. Lip balm. I love my lip balm. Yeah. That was a bit anticlimactic. I don't know if you guys can hear me. just doing what comes naturally. How bad can I be? I'm just talking to your economy. How bad can I be? How bad can I possibly be? And that's my favorite song from the Lorax. But I don't really know the words. Well, it's taking them a long time to come and get me, so that's good. Oh. I can't see the screen on my phone. Maybe I can get it with my teeth. Oops. I don't know if you guys are still. Yeah, it's still going. Okay. For those of you who have just joined, well, you missed probably the best content. I'm just hanging out on a bipod, which is two poles tied off with a rope, and it's tied off across the rail bridge that takes all coal trains into and out of the world's largest coal port. My friend's currently just dangling because I'm locked on with a couple of different lock-on devices. The police are here and I'm just waiting for them to get me down. I'm taking this action because I care about this planet and its people and all life on it, and we're currently in a global climate crisis that is putting all of that in danger, and that climate crisis is being fueled by Australia and other global powers like it. But I'm focusing on what I can change on the continent that I'm on. Australia was founded in 1788 when Captain Cook came and declared terra nullius and launched a brutal genocide, which still continues today. Medical, prison, police and legal systems, genocide that aims to extract as much wealth from this land as possible for private gain. And the climate crisis is just the inevitable consequence of that expansionism and extractivism. So I'm trying to disrupt the way in which Australia accesses its power, which is supply chains such as these that help it to accumulate that power and wealth and funnel it into their fat wallets. The fat wallets of few wealthy individuals, and then the systems and institutions which protect them. Australia likes to tell us that we can access power through the bureaucratic means that they offer to us, but clearly that is not the case. But we can access it here. And if there's enough of us who are willing to step up, then we can force real change and real immediate, rapid and large-scale change is what we need if we want to save ourselves, save this planet, and maintain our our compassion, and our humanity through this unjust system. It's just 1% the global population uses more than 50%, or I think, sorry, more than twice the global carbon emissions of the poorest 50%. There is a severe inequality there, and a severe lack of action that is strategic, because it is protecting that 1% and their private right to exploit at the expense of everything else. We've heard so many lies about the climate crisis and about our ability to prevent it, and we need to be able to see through that and examine our true values and what we truly believe about what's happening. Being disconnected from each other and from nature and from the truth, and we need to find those connections again and rebuild them so that we can get through this and stand a chance. So, the global supply chains like the one of that this coal port is a part of, that are causing not only destruction on this continent but exporting destruction across the world. And those global supply chains are making it harder and harder for us to sustain ourselves here, so that when things get worse and worse, we're going to be more and more fucked. We have the compassion, and we have the science and the technology and the resources to meet everybody's basic needs, to sustain ourselves and govern ourselves in a way that is far more just and sustainable than this current system. But we have to act now if we ever want to have a chance of seeing that come to fruition. And even if we don't, at least we tried. Oh, I'm pretty cold. I don't know why they're taking so long. It's like they don't even... I'm gonna try and climb up here. I'm getting climbed here so that they can climb up here and then attach me to them, climb down. And then I guess they'll take down the structure and too uncomfortable. I don't know if I have much talking left in me, but maybe I'll get another burst of inspiration. I don't even know if you guys are still there, but I can't see the phone. Getting hungry and I didn't have any snacks. I'm just trying to stay cheerful because I think that I could very easily start to feel a bit grim. It's kind of weird. I kind of feel like I'm talking to myself. It's just standing there, listening to me. I don't know what I'm up here for. I guess the longer the better. The more cold blocked, the more wealth stopped from, fulfilling that step in the supply chain and accumulating power for the system of Australia that is causing so much destruction on this continent and for the world. tape my phone to the lock-on so that I can still record myself, but I just totally forgot to do that. Oh, so cold. I'm just kicking my legs to stay warm. I don't know, I guess I should keep talking while I'm here. I also feel like I've said my piece. Yeah, I don't know, I guess just to say again for anybody that's if you can hear me, I'm currently suspended from and locked onto a bipod that is blocking all coal trains from entering and exiting the world's largest coal port and protesting Australia's blocking of any effective change to stop ecological collapse on this continent and on the globe. Thank you to everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. It's not a very interesting part of the live stream because I can't hold the phone, but yeah, I'll just keep it going. Well, I mean, I don't have a choice now. Wow. It's very cold and I'm a bit scared, but I'm just gonna stick it out. About taking action like this. I think thinking about it is worse than, or thinking about it feels worse than doing it. Well, that's what does that is. I don't know. It's not over yet. Yeah, I don't know, I was really scared and just thought about it for a while. All of your conditioning and everything that you've been taught and told, and it's pretty scary, but I don't know, actually being here I do feel pretty clear and at peace with it, and yeah, and if you can't do something like this, but you can do stuff like this, or other things, or nothing at all. That's awesome. And there'll be some info talks coming up in the next few days or weeks. If you want to find out more about Blockade Australia and how you can get involved. Ooh. Okay, I can see the police rescue guys walking back. Got their climb gear on. They're still pretty far away. Oh, maybe you guys can see as well. I don't know if my pants are covering the camera. I'll try and show you. I can kind of see that it still looks like it's recording. I'm trying to pick up the movement happening. Ooh, that's good. You see what's happening? There's people over there. I don't know if that made it better or worse. Crazy. I'm just looking Okay, this is a bit of a fun game. I'm trying to get my camera to face me again. If I could just flip it. Be very good. Anyway. Wow. There's 80 people watching. That's pretty crazy. Thank you guys. I'm just still hanging off the bipod, locked onto the poles. As those of you who've been watching for a while know, the bipod is still blocking all coal trains from entering and exiting the world's largest coal port in Moolabimba, or so-called Newcastle. Looks like there's a bit of movement happening to get me down, but the police rescue people are still over on the other side of the bridge. Sorry for the sniffling. Ooh, it's very cold. Yeah, I'm blocking the world's largest coal port. Not only because coal is a destructive and exploitative resource that is, I don't know if weaponized is the right word, but I think it could be weaponized by Australia as a tool to accumulate private wealth and power. Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying, but yeah, I'm not only I think I got a bit confused there. I'm not only blocking it because, no, maybe I did say it. I'm not only blocking it because it is a destructive force in itself, but also because of the fact that it is accumulating that wealth and power for Australia, and And that power and wealth is what allows Australia to protect itself and continue its exploitation. Through targeting this infrastructure, I'm actually directly accessing that source of power and directly disrupting it. And in the hopes to inspire more resistance and create effective change against the climate crisis, which is being fueled by Australia. I don't think that was a very clear way of saying what I was trying to say. But I don't know. I think like the climate crisis is a symptom of a system of extraction and exploitation of people and of land that seeks to accumulate profits and protect the private right to exploit above anything else. We can't just stop the climate crisis without addressing the root of the problem. We're not going to be able to change what's happening through the bureaucratic methods offered to us by Australia, because they are strategically designed, again, to protect it. And we're taught to believe that, I don't know, we're powerless, or blame ourselves for not doing enough. When in fact, it's not the case. We're told that power can only be accessed through, these authorized channels by authorized people in special places. But it's just not true. We all have access to power and to the political arena. The political arena is not some far away special circle of things. We're all participating in it, and we can choose to participate in a way that leverages our political power and forces change. And I think that sustained periods of disruptive action against Australia's economic bottlenecks is the way to do that. I mean, non-violent direct action is about identifying concentrated and vulnerable points of power in an oppressive system, and then acting on those to not only reveal them, but actually take that power back. I mean, in New South Wales, there's been some pretty hectic laws put in place by, again, the institutions that are designed to protect Australia. I think it makes perfect sense. I think it is atrocious, and I think it only makes me more sure that this is right. That it actually holds power and can make a difference, because Australia is scared of it. I don't know, civil disobedience is about seeing laws that you think are unjust and standing up against them, with the willingness to accept the consequences of that. And those consequences are still far less than total ecological collapse. I see the screen. Yep, I can see it a little bit. Nothing's really changed since I last updated you on what's happening. I don't know what you guys can see. You can maybe see my lock on. I don't know if I should keep trying to play the game of trying to flip the camera so you guys can see me. I don't know if it's gonna work. But yeah, you can see this. If you can see this lock on, which I think you probably can. My hands are glued in there around this pole. And there's also a chain there. I don't know if you can see that actually, but I'm just guessing by the direction that the camera's facing. I haven't really talked about Blockade Australia, but I guess Blockade Australia is a movement that aims to use effective and strategic means of disruption to address the root and the systematic causes of climate change, climate injustice on this continent. Recognizing that Australia is merely a colonial project of the British Empire that has occupied this continent for 250 years. It is not founded with the intention of extracting as much wealth from the land as possible, accumulating as much power as possible, and then protecting that power, and that's what's happening, and that's what's culminating in the climate crisis. It's just a symptom of that extractivism and expansionism, the colonialism. If we want to create meaningful change, we have to address the problem at its root. We have to force rapid and immediate and large-scale action to turn this around. Yeah. Yeah. How are you guys? That's good. Oh, really? Pretty rugged up. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Whew. Oh. Around planet Earth. What about you? True. I love Newcastle. Yeah, it's great. Nice community. No, not really. Yeah. I trust myself. Yeah, I trust the rope and the knots and stuff. And you guys are here. I'm in your custody, so you got to keep me safe. Yeah, that is a bit of a haha. They're not very good at that. Anyway. I'm not sure really. Maybe like sunrise. Around sunrise? I'm actually not, surprisingly. Yeah. But I am wearing a nappy. Yeah. But I haven't used it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. as. Cool. They're checking out the cherry picker, having a look at it, and I'm bringing it onto the bridge though. Oh, maybe you guys can see actually. I don't know. You can see what's happening over there. Cherry picker on the tracks. the police rescue peeps is gonna climb up that rope, detach me from my climb system, and attach me onto theirs, and then abseil down. And then, I guess, yeah. And then I'll do something about the lock-ons. But I'll be able to just slide them off once they've done that. And take the structure down to get going again. And we'll see what happens. Getting some more people, so I might just give an update on what's happening. I'm currently on a what we call Moromai country. I'm suspended from a bipod, just two poles tied off with a rope, and it's tied off across the rail bridge that is used by all the coal trains entering and exiting the world's largest coal port, and that's the Newcastle coal port. I'm sniffling and shivering a little bit because it's a bit cold. I'm above the water, and I think there's a lot of wind coming off. It's making it pretty cold, but it's beautiful view. I am locked onto the poles, which you might be able to see that lock-on device. I can't actually see my screen because there's a my guest requests shower is up, and I can't touch the phone now. I'm glued into this lock-on, and I also have another lock-on around my neck. Just moving my chair. The police are here. They're just figuring out what they're doing, because I've tried to make it pretty hard to remove myself. I want to block as much of the wealth that's moving along this supply chain as possible, because that's how Australia gets its power, or extraction and domination of life and land, and it uses that wealth to then protect the private right to exploit, and it's that extractivism and exploitation that is the root cause of the climate crisis, and I want to address it at its cause. Scale change is needed in order to avoid serious consequences. In terms of this ecological crisis. So, yeah, I've decided to take this action. I think that sustained periods of disruption that stop the flow of goods and labour to Australia and the institutions and systems which uphold it is the most effective way to force change. And change is what we need. I don't know how long I've been here because I can't see the time, but it's been a while. I've done a bit of talking, and now I'm just kind of waiting. But yeah, waiting is good because it means more disruption. So can't be mad about that. It's not comfortable, but immediate discomfort is nothing in comparison to the global crisis that we're facing. So I'm happy to put that aside. To be able to take this action, have the privilege to not fear for my life when I'm taken into custody, have the privilege to feel that I have access to safety nets that are necessary coming out of this. Have the capacity to do it. Not everybody can take action like this, but those of us who can should certainly try, I reckon. There's a cherry picker coming. I don't know if you can see. That's quite funny to me. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. Probably not. I'll describe what's happening. So, they've got their sort of climb tape. Some sort of hardware that they're attaching on to carabiner, a climb line. What have they got there? They've got it's like a I hope you guys can see this. Tilt my legs down a bit so you can see more. This side, they're also putting some climb tape on the tracks. I don't know why. They've got some kind of either like maybe a belaying device or some kind of descending device. There. Just the train is coming towards me. I don't know if you can see those knots there. It looks like one figure 8, and then the other one doesn't look like maybe it's just a squished 8. That's interesting. It's like 2 figure 8 knots made with 2 bites on the same rope. I haven't seen that before. I'll try and show you something, but it's a bit uncomfortable. A bit of a twist. Trying to get the top of the tree as close to the line as possible, I guess. They're saying that's good. fashion reveal. So there's the policeman wearing the leather jacket, and there's another one wearing like Matrix glasses. I don't know. I just think that's funny. It just doesn't look cool. It doesn't look fashionable when you're a cop. That's the thing. Oh yeah? Whoa, lots of people. Okay. Hey everyone. I guess this would be my last little summary of what's happening in Moolabimba. Yeah. Nah. Sorry. You can call me, Daisy. Yeah, that's not my real name, but for this purpose. Yeah. 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 I can't. Well, both. Yeah. Yeah, I hear ya. I've made it so that I can't come down. No. Yeah. Yeah. So they're gonna come up and climbing up on a rope on a cherry picker, hook me onto their system and take me down. Yeah, so I'm in Moolabimba, also Port Of Newcastle, blocking all coal trains from entering and exiting the world's largest coal port here. It's stolen Awabakal country. Yeah, first and foremost, and Australia is just the colonial project of the British Empire that's been occupying this land for the past 250 years. Taking this action to, well, because Australia is blocking all meaningful action to change what's happening and to stop the climate crisis. I'm here because I'm scared, and I'm scared and worried about what's happening to so many people and plants and animals now, and what will happen in the future. And I know that this climate crisis is just a symptom of the extractivism and destructive nature of Australia and many global colonial powers like it. I think that if we want to turn this around, we have to meet Australia on its terms. We need to view power in the same way they do, not the twisted manipulation that they're giving us in their slow and bureaucratic empty promises. I think Australia was set up here with the sole purpose of extracting as much wealth from this land as possible, and it's just been staying true to that purpose ever since. And I think that this coal port is a perfect example of illustrating how Australia destroys and exploits this continent and then exports that destruction out across the world, making huge profits that are hoarded by a very small amount of people, who then do everything that they can to protect that power. And we need to wake up and resist, and we need to do it now because everything's at stake. I really encourage you guys to explore your capacity to take action. And if you want to find out more about Blockade Australia and this kind of action, there'll be info talks over the next few days or weeks, and you can get involved. Cool. Thanks so much, guys. I don't know if I said I'm attached to a bipod and locked on with 2 lock-on devices. So I'm trying to keep it a secret. I don't know how long I've been here, but you'll be able to see it on the video. I was feeling scared, but I'm now actually feeling, since I started the action, started the day, pretty at peace. Yeah, maybe it's the adrenaline, but I think it's the peace of having followed my values, explored them, and critically assessed my capacity to act and followed what I think was right. Oh, there we go. Oh, my fingers are going numb. Okay. Old mate is coming up. Are you talking to me? No? Sorry for the sniffling. The live stream's been like 50% sniffling and shivering. I don't know if that's like ironic or if that's actually profound. They're coming up, so I don't know, probably we'll end the live stream soon. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Stay tuned into the Facebook page if you want to find out more about how to get involved and stuff. Yeah. Fancy as. Sorry.
You got a point on your harness?
I
can put a bit of a safety on for us.
Sorry, what do you mean?
I'm just going to hook a line to you.
Yep.
Just in case you fall, you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I've got my, like...
Do you have a dorsal attachment?
I don't know what that means, but my life-bearing loop is the one in the middle.
stand here.
Okay.
It's going to be our hard point. Now, is this going to be more comfortable, probably over your arms, isn't it?
No.
Alright, so at the moment,
Mhm.
when I hook onto you,
Yeah.
I'm going to dismantle everything and then we're just going to slide you down this pole.
Yeah.
It's going to come off anyway.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
It's going to be more comfortable if it's not there. I'm just thinking for you,
I know.
that's it.
I'm
I know
stuck.
usually you can unclip this,
I can't.
like you actually
I
can't.
actually can't.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because once we get down there, it's just going to be stuck to you anyway. Like we're just going to pull this pole through it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not going to actually be locked on anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you actually can't.
I know. Yeah, I actually can't.
What happened? What, did you drop the key or something? What's in here? Just a carabiner?
No.
One of those clip-ins?
Those are in there, but there's still other things.
But you can't reach it.
No, I can.
So can you unclip it?
No, my hands are glued together.
What should you go for? Because I'm just going to pull this through.
Well, you know,
And then you're just going to be stuck in this.
I just, yeah.
It's just going to suck for you, that's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
you gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
Yeah. What's this point? What's that going to?
Oh, that's actually what I'm on right now. It's the poly.
I might take that. What do you reckon?
Yeah, but then I'll drop. That's what's holding me up, and then I'll
Yeah,
drop.
so you're going to completely go into my system.
Okay.
What's that? Let's get that. Okay. Turn up. Close enough to take your load there.
Okay. And so you know that I'm locked onto both poles.
Yeah, so I'm going to cut this off.
Okay. Yeah.
What's that? Half. Just let me know if you think yours looks like babies.
Yeah.
We're both Do you want to just look away?
Yeah. Oh. I don't
I
know.
just don't want this to shadow in the
Okay.
so just look away from me.
Yeah.
Alrighty, you're just on Sussex, eh?
Oh, yes.
I've pretty much got your weight there, haven't I?
I think so, yeah.
Because it'd be nice if I could just swing you down at the moment, because I want to cut this,
Yeah.
but there might just be a bit of a pendulum. So you're on this weird Sussex thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You swing between my legs. So do you put this together or is someone else sit down?
It's not even...
We could just slide down. We could just use slide down. I'll just slide down the road. I'll just come the other bit. We'll see how it works.
Tell us when you're ready to start coming down so I can use this whole line.
Well, your arms are all right. Yeah. Put a lot more tension on it. Yeah, more tension.
It's the rope.
Here. This one that's not doing anything?
No.
You want to put your legs straight here? Put your legs straight here. They're stuck, are they? Hang on. They're stuck.
It's